I hate this. All right, I'm going to stop share. Hey, I was out of state, so for the next, and I'm going to be out of state again for 28 days, I am making a mask to match every outfit I wear. I should take a pic. Don't like that. Being able to mute. I don't know if that's muting that or not, but let's unmute that.
Okay, so go to your Zoom. Testing, 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 1, 2. Test, test, test.
Test, test.
Testing, 1, 2.
Hello? Okay.
Hello, hello. Can we have everyone online test? Did you do that?
This is Gail. Can you hear me?
Mary Roberts, can you hear me?
Laura,
Gail Scott, can you hear me? Mary, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay,
Can you hear me?
yes, I can, but it's not clearly.
Yeah, there's lots of noise in the background.
Yeah,
yeah.
Hi, Laura.
yeah. Hi, Laura and Kirk and Mike and Jeff and Cindy.
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
hear someone breathing. Who is that? Laura?
It was probably me,
Who is that?
Gail.
Okay,
don't-
it says live on YouTube, but I'm not supposed to be on YouTube. I can't, I can't figure
didn't know I wasn't muted and I let out a big sigh because,
I heard it.
yeah, well, we've had a death in the family,
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Gail. This has been a pretty
Sorry to
rough
hear.
time on you.
Yeah.
Laura,
Yes.
are you hearing me?
Yes, I
I
am.
hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, Laura.
Yeah. I just
Good.
can't figure it out. In the corner, it says live on YouTube, but I joined it through, and I'm not getting participants or anything. So do you see the YouTube thing in the corner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
I
Gail, you should. You're on YouTube, but I'm supposed to be on Zoom.
No, I'm on Zoom too,
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
of course you are.
but I can't hear anything of the meeting, so. I
No,
hope-
me neither. Do you
I'm
think
sorry,
it's?
I think they unmuted me because now they muted me. I'm gonna mute.
Okay, this is Mary Roberts. I can't hear anything. Participants, nothing. I can't hear a thing. Okay,
Mary,
yes.
that's not gonna work.
Did I miss the,
Okay, I call the meeting to order. Roll call by the county clerk.
Supervisor Backlund. Supervisor Rockler. Supervisor Christensen. Supervisor David. Supervisor Drana. Supervisor Fitzgerald. Supervisor Felker. Supervisor Hurt. Supervisor Jekyll. Supervisor Johns. Supervisor Jones. Supervisor Kennard. Supervisor Kelly.
Here.
On Zoom, okay. Supervisor Coons.
Here.
Supervisor Lindell. Supervisor Lund.
Here.
Supervisor Martin. Supervisor Morris. Supervisor Nass. Supervisor
Here.
Leland. Supervisor Payne.
Here.
Supervisor Paulson. Supervisor Renard. Supervisor Roberts.
here?
Supervisor Schultz. Supervisor Smith. Supervisor Teets. Supervisor White. Supervisor Winnicky. Supervisor Zastro.
We are quorum. I'd ask everybody to rise for the pledge of allegiance. Supervisor Drano, will you lead us tonight? A moment of silence. Think about things. Please be seated. Compliance with open meeting laws. Approval of the agenda. I would ask to have items 9 and 10 switched around that here. Can I have a motion to do that? Approval of the agenda. Moved by Supervisor Blocker, second by Supervisor Morris. So switch 9 and 10 around. Okay. Approval of the approval of the agenda as amended. Move. Supervisor Morris moved. Is there a second? Second by Supervisor Smith. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Very done. All right. We have adjusted the agenda. Okay. Approval of minutes from June 9th, 2020 meeting. Moved by Supervisor Nard, second by Supervisor Falker. Any discussion, changes? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Very done. The minutes are approved. Communications, Treasurer's monthly report.
And then there's also the zoning committee notice of public hearing, which will be July 16th at 7 p.m.
Thank you very much. Okay. Now we have a large crowd here tonight, so we want to move this along. Thus, I imagine most of the crowds here concerning what is now item number 9 on the agenda. And the question to be decided item number 9 on the agenda is very narrow. The question is, do you feel the Wisconsin Supreme Court's May decision intent was to require counties and municipalities to copy Wisconsin State Statute Chapter 252 in the ordinance form or not? That is the only question that's out here tonight. That is it. The Executive Committee unanimously feels this was not the court's intent, and thus the ordinance is unnecessary, and the draft be withdrawn, and the county continue to function under Wisconsin State statute as we have for the last 115 years. Thus, the first 30-minute period of this public comment, which are those comments that are limited to agenda items, all comments pertaining to item 9 will be limited to this narrow question. And discussion of this agenda item by the board will be limited to this question as well. At the chair's discretion, comments that wander off the stated agenda question will be considered out of order, and the speaker will be asked to speak the agenda question or step down and save their comments for the second general non-agenda public comment period. Public comments will be allowed in the second period of public comments at the end of the meeting. This is the time when citizens and board members can make any general comments on any non-agenda item. Thus, if citizens have comments concerning the treatment, alternative treatment, or non-treatment of diphtheria, COVID-19, polio, TB, or whatever disease, issues as face masks, perceived rights violations, the wording of the state statutes, business closings, quarantines, stay-at-home concepts, protesters, or dog park fees and highway repair issues, whatever you have, ample time will be allowed for those comments in the second period. We ask you to be brief in your comments, limited to 3 minutes each. If you agree to the previous speaker's comments, please say so other than repeating the same comment. I would ask that those that made their comments at the Executive Committee meeting last Wednesday, where 13 board members were already in attendance, refrain from repeating their comments in an effort to give others an opportunity. I again ask you, you will need to speak to the question. It's 30 minutes, a 30-minute period. And if you have 3 minutes, and I will, yes, I would be glad to. The question is, do you feel the Wisconsin Supreme Court's May decision, you feel the Wisconsin Supreme Court's May decision's intent was to require counties and municipalities to copy the Wisconsin State Statute Chapter 252 in the ordinance form or not? That's the question. There's the resolution for tonight. Give me a second, I got a slide. resolution for tonight is removing from action the enactment of an ordinance regulating powers and duties of the county health officer. So voting yes tonight is to remove it. Voting no tonight is not to remove it. Again, the executive committee has recommended that we vote yes and remove it. You understand now? Okay. So we have way more than we'll be able to fit into 3 minutes or 30 minutes. So I'm going to randomly pick a sheet out of here. First one is Lynn Kramer. I ask you one more question. Please hold your applause, etc., because you are eating into the time for people to make comments. One second. Make sure. Speak to the question, please.
To answer your question, my husband and I would ask you to vote yes to rescind this ordinance the way that we understand it. We understand that today the Jefferson County ordinance for the extended declaration emergency has lapsed today, which was a great decision for them to make. So as far as we are concerned, there is no more emergency. That means no mask, no forced separation, no unnecessary testing, no film taking, no closure of businesses.
Speak to the question, please.
Yes, please remove it.
Thank you. Rick Krieger.
I want yes to get rid of this ordinance. Why should we give one person one choice to make a decision for all of us? That is unconstitutional. Yes, get rid of this. Oh, just leave me free.
Katie DeBoer, Port Atkinson. Katie DeBoer from Port Atkinson. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Katie DeBoer. Okay. Sandra Vidoff. Oh, here she comes. Okay. Thank you.
My name is Katie DeBoer. This is my first time attending a meeting, and I'm here because I believe that every citizen should have the right to speak. I did not come prepared to answer your single-minded question, so I will give you.
That is the question on the floor. That is the question on the floor. If you have other comments, you will have an opportunity. You can have that opportunity.
I will tell you what I need to say. So my name is Katie DeBoer. I'm a registered dental hygienist. I've been licensed in the state of Wisconsin for 17 years. In the 17 years, I've been fortunate to see the standards and regulations evolve over time. When I started working, it was standard and customary to use one mask before lunch and one mask after lunch, or to use it all day. Now we see that masks are required by OSHA to be changed after every patient and or when they are visibly soiled or damp. The reason for this, we know, is that surgical masks, and for that matter, cloth masks, do nothing to filter contaminants when they are wet or dirty or have been touched.
Ma'am, that's not, please speak to the question.
The question is, I absolutely don't believe that we should be forced to let somebody else make decisions in our medical decisions in our life. So yes, rescind the damn order.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Honorable guest of Jefferson.
So I come tonight as a citizen of Jefferson, hoping that all of you have considered this, and I know that you have, because you've been elected to a position to do that. And so please listen to us tonight. I know there's a lot of emotions. I know there might be a lot of hyperbole, but listen to what the people are asking. We're simply asking that we're not anti-COVID. I'm not a virologist. We're not necessarily anti-mask. I'm not a mascologist. I'm not anti-health. I believe in good health for our community, being good citizens for that. But what I am against is I am anti-nanny state. I know what's best for my health. I'm not a doctor, so I go to a doctor. I would appreciate the ability within the county of Jefferson for me to make decisions for my health. What I understand from this proposed ordinance is a lot of that will be taken out of my hand, given to one unelected official. That's just so wrong.
Please speak to the
I am speaking to the question. So what I would ask that is for us to be allowed to take care of our health. Not one unelected person, really not one elected person ought to have more authority in our life than the President of the United States. And so please, don't just vote to rescind this, but bury this, never to see the light of day again.
We have Mike right on Zoom. We're kind of picking randomly here so everybody has a chance, as we can allow. Technical difficulties. He is not responding, so we'll take J.C. Utech from Sullivan. J.C. Utech from Sullivan. Okay. Diana Miller from Palmyra. Don't want to put the ball down.
Good evening, guys. So I'm a little disturbed that all of a sudden there's this new question we're only allowed to answer instead of having our voices actually be heard on why we feel the way we do. Okay, but that being said, I will answer your question. I would urge every single board member to remember the oath of office they took to uphold the Constitution, and while remembering that, vote to rescind this ordinance, which is overreaching and unconstitutional. Thank you.
And Samter from Waterloo. And Samter from Waterloo. Oh, she's working her way up for you. And please let me know if you had if you already had the opportunity to executive committee, just say so somebody else can have a chance to speak. It's Ann M. Right. Could you say it so they have it in the record?
Yes, my name is Ann M. Staffner.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I strongly recommend and urge all floor members to remove and rescind this ordinance due to the fact that it is not only an invasion of privacy, but it takes away the constitutional and God-given rights for people to decide their own medical health and for parents to decide that of their children. This ordinance should never see the light of day again.
Okay, we have somebody on Zoom. Michael's finally gotten through here. Michael?
So I firmly believe, like I've been hearing from the crowd, that there is no right for anybody to come into my house and tell me how I should wash my hands, what I should have in my house, and how to conduct myself in a healthy manner. I vote to remove this forever.
Okay.
I am from Sullivan, Wisconsin.
It's Michael Wright.
Okay. Rob Strout from Lake Mills, followed by Ashley Schlender from Milford. I got the note here. We should have them lined up. And then followed by that, I'm trying to pick people from around the county. So we, after that, Linda Funk from Watertown.
My name is Rob Sprout. I'm from Lake Mills. My name is Rob Sprout. I'm from Lake Mills. I want to thank the board each for serving. We appreciate your being here and willing to listen to angry people. And I thank each one of you who came to express your opinions. I think that's what America is all about. I do think that we should vote to rescind this item. I would love to think that it was never even put on the table in the first place. Are you believing that there are good intentions involved in looking out for the health care of our community, in our country?
Please refrain.
But I believe that the way this is worded is overreach. I believe there's too much authority given to an individual. I don't see anywhere where there are any kind of qualifications necessary for this person except to be appointed. That opens the door for cronyism, for nepotism, and many other problems. This has to be better thought out. This has to be more restricted. If you go through and study the types of diseases that are listed, if they think that your child has mumps or measles that can come into your house, that's ridiculous. Thank you.
This is Ashley Slender. I did not realize that this is the exact question, so I don't have anything formally prepared for that, but I do respectfully ask you to rescind this. I do, and my husband and I have talked about it, feel it is unconstitutional and ask you to do that, please.
Hello, Hello, everybody. My name is Linda Funk. I own Linda's Lookout. I'm a business owner in Jefferson County for almost 25 years. I've lived my entire life in Jefferson County, and I'm very proud of it. I also am a proud American. Owning a business in Jefferson County, I felt we were very, very lucky. We have not had to abide by some of those friends of ours in Dane County, and I don't know how they're going to survive. I need you to rescind this motion, not table it. Make it go away. Just thank you very much.
Make it go away. Go ahead.
I would like to recommend tonight that each of you vote against passing this emergency powers. I would vote to rescind it, not because I don't believe the health officer does not have emergency powers, but I'm speaking. There's a way I find it.
Okay. It was very difficult. I had difficulty hearing in and out too, as the technical difficulties with works sometimes, unfortunately. Let's see. Is it Mary Lynn Austin from Hebron? Mary Lynn Austin from Hebron. And then the next would be Nicole Sweetback from Zonia. Make sure you get near the mic so people can hear you.
I would just respectfully ask that you not only rescind this, but you also remove it from any further agenda.
Thank you. And then Carrie Kendrick for Atkinson on deck.
Good evening. I would like to thank the board for taking the time to have this forum and allowing us the chance to speak. I also like to thank everyone for coming out to voice their opinions, as they are all important, and that is what our country is founded on. Our country is also founded on the right to live your life within the confines of the law. And when the law becomes so extreme that you can no longer live your life for risk of possibly contracting a disease just by going out, it is unconstitutional and un-American. So I respectfully urge you to remove, rescind, and bury this vote.
And then we'll have Beth Sample from Lake Hills on deck.
Hi, Carrie Kendrick from Fort Atkinson. I ask you to rescind this. It is unconstitutional. I am a free person in America, and whether you rescind it or not, I will not comply.
And then we'll have John Wolf from Kalamazoo on deck.
I am Beth Zambo from Lake Hills, and I would just like to thank the people that represent us, that we vote very faithfully, that they will represent the people here tonight, the way they feel for Jefferson County,
And I would just like to thank God that we live in a democracy, that we can vote for the people that we want to represent us. And I pray to God that that continues, that it doesn't go away. And I pray that we rescind this and make this legislation go away and not return.
Okay. Who's on deck here? There was two Wolves that signed in. Or Celia Wolf, how ago? Either one? Okay. Paul Kitchen from the town of Watertown. Paul Kitchen from the town of Watertown. Okay. And then we'll put Ann Levine from the town of Palmyra, or Village of Palmyra, I'm not sure, on deck. Just make sure that you're the.
Sure. My name is Celia Wolf, and I would like for you to please, I would like to say yes, and I would like you to rescind this, please.
I'm John Wolf, and I'm just a regular worker, but I want to make my own decisions, so please bury this.
And this is. So if we have Paul on deck, then we'll have Dana Davis of the town of Watertown on deck then. You hear that, Dana Davis?
Oh, I would like you to rescind this thing and never bring it up again because it is against our constitutional rights. And I'd like to quote one of our founding fathers on that issue. From Benjamin Franklin once said, Benjamin Franklin once said, those who give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. And I believe this consists to this situation here and now. I shouldn't have had somebody come into my house and tell me what I can and cannot do in my own house.
Please speak to the question.
That is.
The question is whether we should rescind this?
Then rescind it and never bring it up again.
And then our deck will have Nick Bullock.
Hi there, my name is Dana Davis and I'm from Watertown. And I'm so thankful to be here tonight. Thank you to the board. You deal with so many issues day in and day out, and I'm very thankful for your service. I'm thankful to be in this country. Look at all you guys. I'm so thankful that we can be here tonight where we can speak civilly, respectfully, but passionately and express our concerns to the board. So tonight I'd like to ask you respectfully to rescind this proposal for 3 reasons. First, I'd like to ask you to rescind it because it allows for overreaching, unlimited, unregulated, and unchecked powers to be given to public officials that have not been elected. Second, I'd like to ask you to rescind it because it potentially takes away personal liberty and constitutional rights, and it provides no mechanism for there to be any kind of appeal or for there to be any case-by-case questions to be asked. And finally, I'd like to ask you to rescind it because the proponents of this proposal have failed to get 100% of this county board to agree with it. And if 100% of this board cannot stand behind this proposal that will have such a detrimental effect on our county, then how can we stand behind it, support the proposal, or support you? So yes, please rescind this proposal and please have it go away.
We have a person on line like to speak, and then I will have Jonathan F. Jones on deck from Easy.
My name is Sarah. I think the board will be asking me to speak tonight. We ask that you vote yes to rescind this proposal. We're opposed to the removal of any child from any homes for health reasons or for illness, specifically for a child with special needs or autism. There's no safer place for a child with limited language, sensory needs, or issues with foods and other items than at home to recover from illness that require hospitalization. Health officers would not be trained to handle the needs of people with emotional, physical, or emotional disabilities that require an ICU or EPA to function in an unfamiliar environment with unfamiliar people. Thank you.
Good. And then we'll have Diane Regent of Watertown on deck, please.
My name is Jonathan Jones. I'm from Cambridge. I do not support this. And I respectfully ask the members of this committee to rescind it and bury it so that it will never be seen again. Thank you.
And let's have Randy Arbogast of Jefferson on deck, please. Oh, you did. Oh, thank you. That's what I just checked. Okay, thank you. Then on deck, 1 second, so we keep things moving. Thomas Kiley from Sullivan. Thomas Kiley.
Hello, I'm Diane Regent and I'm from Watertown. I'm here to represent me and my family, my church, and everybody that I love. This is my son, Grayson. I have prepared some things and I'm not going to have time to say everything, but everything that I read about this order, if one part is unconstitutional, it all is. To me, the very first amendment that we have in our Constitution is the most important one we have out there that gives us freedoms that we take for granted or don't look at every day. And it reads, Congress shall not make no laws respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of your speech. Now, we don't look into that a little bit further. It's not just a freedom of religion, it's a freedom from religion. It's a freedom of expression, a freedom of speech, a freedom of assembly like we are right now. I don't see all of us 6 feet apart. I don't see all of us wearing masks. What's going on? You know, we have also the freedom of assembly doesn't only just mean the freedom of assembly. It means that our assembly is for the reasons for, that's why you have a separation of church and state. And our assemblies are for, I'm trying to find out where I'm at, but there are for religious, social, economic, and other reasons why we have assemblies. So that means, therefore, we can assemble to work. We can assemble to go to the park. We can assemble to go to church. We can assemble to protest against our government. We're allowed to have freedom of religion. That means we should be able to go to church. That's why we have a separation of church and state.
Could you please speak to the question, please?
We need to rescind this because it's unconstitutional. It's unconstitutional to our Fourth Amendment, which does not give them the right to come into our home for just any reason. To inspect our home. The part that bothers me is that it said for decontamination purposes. What does it mean to be decontaminated? If you look back in history, we had another leader that thought they could decontaminate people and they killed them. You got to think about what's going on in the country today. We cannot let this happen. We have to rescind this. We not only have to rescind this and bury this, we have to make sure that they will not rewrite this in another way that sounds just like this but is better. It's not for the health and safety of our people. It's for a reason of control, and it's a reason to take away our constitutional rights. I rescind this.
Okay. Let's hear then Jeffrey Davis from the town of Lake Mills on deck. Jeffrey Davis, the town of Lake Mills on deck. Passes, okay. Let's see, Ansel Willard from Port Atkinson. Ansel Willard from Port Atkinson on deck. We'll try one more here. Mark Schrader from Watertown. Go ahead.
First of all, I'd like to say I love this country. Been here, been around a long time, had a long life, served it twice. And I'd like to say that this bill not should only be rescinded, it should go back to the pit of hell where it came from.
Robin Lehman from Port Atkinson on deck, please. Robin Lehman.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Mark Schrader. I am just so proud of the citizens of Jefferson County and of the articulate way in which you expressed yourselves to our county board. In fact, you've done that so well that I don't have anything further to say. I endorse everything that's said, and I support rescinding this motion.
Thank you. And then on deck we'll have David, is it Rabu?
Strong men support their wives.
David Rabu on deck. Go ahead.
I am not a huge political person. I don't follow politics much. I'm a wife. I have 4 kids. And I feel very threatened, like most of you probably do as well, when someone says they're going to come into my home and pull one of my kids out. Where are they going? When are they coming home? It's a terrifying fact. I don't want this to happen at all.
All in favor of rescinding?
We'll put on deck Tamara Kowalski from Jefferson. Tamara Kowalski on deck, please.
Hi, my name is Dave Roby, better known to a lot of you as Duck. I own Duck's Crossing here in Jefferson. Another small business that depends on people being able to socially interact. An ordinance like this is unduly punitive to our community, to the very people that provide you with what makes Wisconsin a great state. The bars, the taverns, the restaurants, the entertainment. Please vote to rescind this order.
So we'll put, I haven't had Mr. Farmington yet, so how about Don Kesner? I'm having a little difficulty reading your handwriting. Don, he's coming? Okay, you recognize it. All right. Sorry if I screwed that name up. Go ahead.
I am Tamara Kowalski. I'm from Lake Mills, and I have to say that what you are trying to do here is completely and utterly unconstitutional. I was in law enforcement for 20 years and took an oath of honor and code of ethics, rose my hand up, put my hand on my heart, and made those vows. What you are trying to do here is break every single one of those vows that you took while you were in office. I vote to rescind this, bury it. Don't try to rewrite it into some trickery words. It's gone.
Later on, John Percy from Farmington.
John, can I put one on deck yet? Okay. Jeremiah Schweitzer from Palmyra.
When we read these laws, I'm sure they're all very well intentioned. However, when we read these laws, I'm sure they're all very well intentioned by the health professionals and council people that write them. The problem that I personally have with this law is the fact that it has words like reasonable and necessary, and what is reasonable and necessary. If we look back in history a little bit, I will be taking my 3 minutes, by the way. If we look back in history a little bit, we find out that political figures with our best interest, or at least the best interest of in their minds of their people, had a lot of laws that were open to interpretation. Laws like eugenics, where they determined that it would be in the health interest of the common people if they were to breed out undesirables. And these types of laws that infiltrate our families, infiltrate our lives, once they get started, they're unstoppable. And I think we need to really think about what we're doing here. And I wonder what would have happened if a law like this would have existed during the 1980s and the AIDS epidemic. Do you think they would have gone into those people's homes and put them under arrest or into quarantine? We really need to think what we're doing here. We are all neighbors. We need to work together. But on the other hand, we have to watch what these people do and tell us to do. I mean, these people, a lot of people have come up here today with the intention of speaking their mind, and they were reminded to stay on point. I came here to listen to all you people speak. I came here to listen to your opinions, and I also came here to listen to his opinion. But I think he needs a lesson in how to give people the right to speak. And I think that all of you people have the right to speak your minds, and I think you have the right to live your life the way you see fit. And most of all, I think you should be in charge of your family and your family's health decisions. Thank you.
This will be the last one.
Hello, I'm Jeremiah Strider.
Get close to the mic.
Hello, I'm Jeremiah Strider, and I'm from Palmyra. And I'd like to speak a word to what the forefathers actually planned for our country. We were brought up with checks and balances, the executive, legislative, and judicial branch. And I think that the founding fathers would be appalled when they see that one person could be put in charge of so much with no checks and balances. So I think this ordinance should completely fall out, and it should be completely deserted. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go to the public meeting section of the board meeting. Public comment portion of the board meeting. You're not a county board member. We have near 100 here. We have a 30-minute limit. We and all of them. All right. Rick David, you have the floor. You're a board member. We have a movement to extend the time period. There's a second. Second. I will call this meeting to order. Now, that is our next. Our motion is to extend, but actually the next vote is to rescind. There's a motion. A motion is on the floor to extend this, but I have all the list here, and they're all the same. So they're all against. So I assume that we have that many people here that are against. So at this point, we could let everybody speak, and we'd be here for several hours, or we could vote and rescind. All right. So we have a motion on the. We have a, we have a, we have a, we have a motion on the floor. You're not. Please refrain, let the board member speak. The question was for how long? How long to extend? Right? The recommended is a half an hour for 30 more minutes. All right. Any discussion from the county board members? Right? Absolutely.
I've never seen so many people come to a county board meeting or office. Thank you for coming. That's so many people have come and are so passionate about this. I think it is our duty as elected officials to listen to the constituency. Look at how many people put themselves out to come. We need to hear what the people have to say. That's what open government, that's what free government is about.
Matt Falker. Matt, we can't hear you up here.
Just like to tell you guys that I know you all like to speak and it's been really good, but if you just give us a chance, we can vote this on this and be done with it. And we'll all be there. Just give us that. Just let us vote. I mean, it'll be done. We'll never come back. No.
That's what this is about.
That's what it's about.
We just want to have a chance to vote. Please. Let Matt speak.
I just had my speech and that's all I want. I got things I want to do yet tonight, but I'm sure this is cool. But just let us vote. This will be taken care of. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Not loud enough. I just say I got things I'd like to do yet tonight, but if you just let us guys vote, we can have this thing done with and it'll be taken care of. It'll be to the way you want it. It'll never happen again.
Please. The board has a motion on the floor that they're discussing. No. Matt, you're out of order. He has the floor. Mr. Falker has the floor.
I'll just ask one more time, guys. If you just let us vote on this, it'll be done. All we can do is vote on it. Take care of it for you. If you let us do that, we'll have it done.
Any
vote to rescind it and be done with it. Right now.
Okay, Matt, this is discussion. Matt, this is discussion on the floor between the county board members.
That's all I'm going to say right now. Done.
Okay. Any other county board member? Mr. Supervisor Smith.
If you let us vote, I think you could take yes for an answer.
To vote, we have to have the motion rescinded. Or we'll have a vote. Is there any more supervisors that care to have this discussion? Any more supervisors that care to have a discussion? We can do a roll call. We can do a roll call vote. Okay? Any more supervisors that would like to speak? We have a motion on the floor to extend public comment or to close public comment and vote. So we can have a roll call vote of the supervisors to approve extending, a yes would be to extend public comment. A no vote would be to end public comment and move on to the vote. So we'll do this as a roll call because people can't hear back there. No comment and move on to the vote. To extend public comment, no is to move on and take our vote.
I wanted to thank everybody for coming. I think the problem is
Anita, why don't you come up and use the mic in up front? Make sure you get your mouth right up to the mic.
I want to thank everyone for coming tonight. I mean, you took time out of your schedules to be here. The problem I see is, I think that people do want to be heard, but how are we going to determine what's fair? Who wants to give up their opportunity to speak? So I feel it's a little bit of a hard vote. Don't forget that you can submit written comments, but I just wanted to say that. I mean, I don't know how you can be fair to everyone because we'd be here until at least midnight. So, well, there's just as many people that want to have called the vote. So I really thank you.
Any other discussion on the motion by the board members? Any other discussion on the motion? All right, have a roll call vote. Again, yes is to extend public comment time, no is to close public time and have our vote.
Supervisor Backlund? Yes. Supervisor Brockler?
Yes.
Supervisor Christensen? Supervisor Davis? Supervisor Drina? Supervisor Fitzgerald? Supervisor Felker?
No.
Supervisor Herbst?
No.
Supervisor Jingle?
Yes.
Supervisor Johns?
No.
Supervisor Jones?
Yes.
Supervisor Kennard?
Yes.
Supervisor Kelly?
No.
No, Supervisor Kelly.
Supervisor Coons?
Yes.
Yes.
Supervisor Lindell? Supervisor Lund?
That's not mine. I've had someone come back, he's frozen on Zoom right now.
Supervisor Martin? Supervisor Morris? Supervisor Lund?
Yes.
Yes.
Supervisor Nance?
No.
Supervisor Nealon? Supervisor Kane? Supervisor Payne? Supervisor Paulson? Supervisor Renard?
One of them has been voted here, he's stuck on line.
Supervisor Roberts?
No.
Supervisor Payne?
Technical difficulties.
Yes.
Supervisor Schultz? Supervisor Smith?
Supervisor White.
Yes.
Supervisor Winnicke. And Supervisor Zastro. Give me 1 second. I have 14 yes, 15 no's, and 1 absent.
Okay, we'll move on to the vote. So we changed the agenda, so the executive committee at this point brought forward this resolution. This is Mrs. Supervisor Bernard.
11. Resolution of the ordinance regulating the powers and duties of county health officer. On June 9th, 2020, the Jefferson County Board of Supervisors considered enacting an ordinance titled Powers and Duties of County Health Officer, previously known as the Communicable Disease Ordinance, in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. This proposed ordinance was referred to the County Board of Supervisors following a joint meeting of the Jefferson County Executive Committee and the board enacted by the county board. Or election of a motion was made to indefinitely postpone taking action to provide guidance to local and for the at its meeting on July 8th, 2020, the Jefferson County Executive Committee voted to rescind its previous recommendation to the county board to enact an ordinance and referred this resolution to the Jefferson County Board of Supervisors for the purpose of formally withdrawing such recommendation. I'll read the last resolve clause that makes it unless reintroduced for consideration following the procedure set forth in the county board rules of order. Mr. Chair, I move for adoption of this resolution.
Second by Greg. Second by Supervisor David. I have to mention, so people can hear in the back and, you know, move on. Okay, let's take a roll call vote then if there's no further discussion. Oh, online. I will answer that question. I will answer that question. We have no idea, and I have not the minds of all 30 of our supervisors. Anybody on this board to reintroduce something. That's their right as a board member. I doubt if it will happen, but they have that right as a board member. So is there any further discussion from board members? Any further discussion from board members? Let's have a roll call vote then.
Supervisor Backlund.
Order. Order, please, so we can hear the vote. Order, please, you can hear the vote.
Supervisor Kelly, I have a question.
Supervisor Kelly, you have the floor.
Is a yes vote to remove? The audio was a little weak here.
Didn't quite understand.
Supervisor Kelly, yes. A yes vote would remove this from consideration. A no vote would maintain the postponement. Yes vote is to remove. No vote keeps the postponement.
Thank you.
Okay, go ahead.
Supervisor Brockler.
Yes.
Supervisor Christensen.
What their vote is, so we can hear their votes.
Supervisor Backlund is yes. Supervisor Brockler, yes. Supervisor Christensen, yes. Supervisor Davis.
Yes.
Yes. Supervisor Drano. Yes. Supervisor Fitzgerald. Yes. Supervisor Felker. Yes. Supervisor Hurst. Yes. Supervisor Jacob. Yes. Supervisor Johns. Yes. Supervisor Jones. Yes. Supervisor Kennard. Yes. Supervisor Kelly.
Yes.
Kelly, yes.
Yes.
Supervisor Kelly, yes.
Supervisor Coop.
Yes.
Yes. Supervisor Lindell. Yes. Supervisor Lund.
Yes.
Yes. Supervisor Martin.
Yes.
Yes. Supervisor Morris. Yes. Supervisor Nass.
Yes.
Yes. Supervisor Nealon. Yes. Supervisor Payne.
Yes.
Yes. Supervisor Paulson. Yes. Supervisor Renard.
Yes.
Yes. Supervisor Roberts.
Yes.
Yes. Supervisor Schultz. Yes. Supervisor Smith.
Yes.
Yes. Supervisor White.
Yes.
Yes. Supervisor Linky. Yes. Supervisor Zastro. Yes. I have 29 yes and 1 absent.
So it's unanimous. It's suspended. We will take a brief recess while, if anybody would like to clear the room, and that would be fine. It's not getting any cooler in here. Take a 5-minute recess.